Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Silent Hill Shattered Memories, and, what we're about to see here is, well, a bit of a PSA for you all to listen to. Enjoy,
That's
kids.
a nice new belt, Todd. Oh, thank you, Mom. You have a nice day at school. Sure, Mom. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Sure, Mom. Whoa.
And that, dear children, is why we do not play Space Monkeys. Yeah, a bit of an interesting note. If you are a practitioner of Space Monkeys, get help. Or, more to the point, you can find plenty of alternative sources that aren't very life-threatening to get your, jollies, so to speak. I don't really know how people get off on that, but hey, I think the less we think about that, the better. Anyway, this time good and proper, we are finally in Midwich Elementary... Sorry, God, it's my Silent Hill 1 instincts. It's, Midwich High School. And, as we can see right here, with our straight light going, oh. Yeah, we are finally getting the conclusion to the Steve story arc of Shattered Memories, where he breaks up with a mysterious girl that he tried to hit on and just didn't seem to get anywhere with. Yeah, there actually are a few different variants of that particular message, I think. I'll have to go for another couple of playthroughs to find out. But yeah, I think that is one of them, because I believe in a bit of an alter message, he's actually... like, he's a lot less creep-tastic about it. I'll say that much. But first, another thing I want to point out here. We're going to see something that looks a bit familiar. Come on, let's not see the flashlight. Yeah, it's Samael from... sorry, not Samael. Well, yeah, technically Samael, but, the Incubus from Silent Hill 1. Very interesting. Now, I mean, aside from the obviously different layout, the fact that it's high school, yeah, this isn't quite the same sort of thing that we have with Midwich Elementary, obviously. It's a lot more exploratory based and, seems to be exploring the high school experience. Again, as we saw earlier with the example of, Space Monkeys, we are also experiencing team breakups, the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, that we'll be getting a much better look at, in a little bit. And of course, where would we be without very mysterious music and puzzles? But again, I will say that it is definitely one of the more haunting parts of the game. Not specifically for that, but I mean, I don't know, just the soundtrack work by Akira Yamaoka in this environment works quite nicely, and, well, I don't know, it just really sets the unsettling tone. And we're not even in the Otherworld school just yet, because, I mean, at this point, the player is well aware that nothing can really hurt them in this world, but even still, it puts you on edge for what you might discover here. Like, dissecting frogs, I don't know. I didn't really end up dissecting a lot of things back during high school, though, I believe I dissected rats, once. Then again, I wasn't really in the, obviously, because I'm a fucking dumbass, I didn't end up dissecting in, like, some of the more, like, I guess advanced science classes, but hey, I got to cut up some rats. It made me feel fulfilled and happy, like I wanna do it to people. No, I'm kidding, I don't want to do that, because people are good and friendly and nice. But they're always good so long as they don't give up on their wishes, like that art student who made those Harry Mason drawings. They suck, but at least they have dreams and wishes, so Shadow, please, you gotta save them. And I do kind of mean that, because a shadow plays a very integral part to this puzzle, and by that I mean it signifies its completion. This is actually something that can trip a few first-time players up. Basically, what you have to do here is you have to sort of rearrange these little sculptures and figures into the code, well, into the code, that is to say the phone number that you can then call, and, well, grant us access out of the thing. Problem is, this can actually take a while, which is why I'm going to be calling this part the, well, I don't really know what I'll call it. I'll either call it the Shadow Chronicles, or, I don't know, Grey Days at a night school, Incubus, not to be confused with the band, I don't know. But either way, the point is, and I guess if I could pad this out a little bit, because, yeah, we're going to be here for a while, so, let's talk about you and me, right here on the radio show. Which, isn't here, because it was in Silent Hill Downpour, which we already did, so, fuck. But yeah, to talk about the whole thing with Steve and his mysterious cohorts, yeah, like, one of the other versions of the message that I got was actually one where he was a little bit more being jerked around by the situation, and again, Obviously, I'm not speaking from experience because, shock of all shocks, I am a lonely fuck, and therefore am without human contact. Forever. And ever. And ever. But yeah, I mean, like, and again, you can achieve these sort of results by being particularly closed off and a bit distant, depending on what you answer during the therapy sessions. So, yeah, it's a bit of a weird dichotomy, really, in how this game approaches the whole relationship angle. I mean, even from a distance, because, again, this obviously has nothing to do with Harry, if I could at least slightly spoil something here. But at the same time, though, it just adds a degree of realism in a way that I don't think most other Silent Hill games would ever really attempt, mainly because of the fact that the games in the... excuse me, gotta get my thoughts straight here. Mainly because the games in the classic universe tend to operate on a very Alice in Wonderland sort of aesthetic, in a sense that, like, I mean, if this sort of thing was being tackled in a Silent Hill classic, I can imagine it would probably be done with a lot more visual metaphors, as, you know, the protagonist is currently digging through their past, trying to gather puzzles, items, and fighting off representations of their fears. And I suppose to that extent, that would be reflected with, I guess, maybe a more outwardly hostile representation of their partner, or degrees of feelings that, you know, depending on whose subconscious is warping reality, might end up pushing them away, or being particularly aggressive, or just constantly slipping their grasp. Again, like, it's an odd... It's very odd in the way in which both games handle things, and I definitely think Shattered Memories, in terms of how it presents it as more of an experience rather than something very cerebral, I don't know, it's... fascinating. Again, I know I didn't really word that correctly, but hey, I'm just trying to pad for time here. I suppose another thing to really bring up in terms of Midwich Elementary School is that, and again, I don't know if I brought this up earlier, but I guess I might as well bring it up here in terms of the UFO ending. Again, something that you can achieve in a second playthrough, which is thankfully fixed from Homecoming, where you could get it on your first try, making for a completely butt-fuck bonkers experience. But, yeah, the UFO ending is basically something where you can go to a lot of specific locations, snap a few photos with Harry's camera, and that will unlock the ending. Something which I... you know what, I think I'll probably show off once we reach the end of the playthrough, because why the fuck not? Yeah, I probably, in hindsight, should have cut this down for time, but, dang. This is pretty atmospheric, and I do believe... Again, I might be getting my information wrong here, but I believe some of these, like, abstract paintings of Harry Mason were actually done by, like, an art student. Whether it was somebody who knew the game developers, or if it was, like, a fan-submitted kind of thing, I can't say for certain, but... Again, like, pretty good stuff on their part. I mean, I know I did kind of mock them earlier, but... I do genuinely mean it, like, as far as abstract portraits go, I like it. And it actually seems to be a lot more of the original Harry Mason for the PS1, more so than Shattered Memories, for obvious reasons, probably because, you know, the game wasn't out at that point, but... I don't know, I think it's enjoyable. And I suppose if I can say anything else, as far as puzzles go, like, again, I said that this can get rather annoying, but... sometimes it can really drive you up the pisser, which, again, in previous Silent Hill games you probably would have just had to, you know, reach a camera behind a shelf, snap a picture of the code, and that'd be that. So I guess this does also show a bit of the downfall of the whole motion controls kind of thing. Because, I mean, in this sort of thing, like, you could easily just screw something up or not know which place to put it. And again, while something would be very easy in concept and, I guess, well, I guess it kind of loses out on both angles, because, like, I mean, the whole motion gimmick puzzles thing would, again, simultaneously make some puzzles too easy, as we've seen with the general pull rusty nails out of a window kind of thing, but at the same time also kind of fail in the cerebral aspect, in the sense that, again, you fuck one thing up, and because of human stupidity, you wouldn't end up finding the answer, and that would completely fuck you over, so... Whoops! I made a mistake! But anyway, at long last, we finally have our number. And, one thing I'm gonna bring up, actually, just as soon as we call this number, in context with the overall story, who is this? What is this? What relevance does it have? Huh?
The door is open now.
Yeah, context? Hello? Guy? Shadow thing? I have no idea. I guess maybe it probably, in context, is meant to be the level stalker, you know, that we've been seeing running around the place, as we're about to meet quite soon. As you can tell, with its musical cue of a hanging light fixture with, like, a weird, ominous hum kind of thing. Ooh. Oh, fuck, what was that? What was the name of the Mortal Kombat character? Oh, wait, secondly, we have things to examine. Yes. You might be wondering who that punky goth chick is, and, well, if the name Dahlia is any indication, yes. Dahlia Gillespie. We'll be covering her at a later date, because I think it would be a bit more appropriate then, but, yeah, this is Dahlia. Much younger than the original, and, well, again, much in the same way as Sybil, her appearance can actually change. Like, I mean, right here, you're going to be seeing the goth outfit, which, you know, you can achieve generally, well, you know what, I think I'll explain that a little bit later, but again, you can get the goth outfit, you can get one that's a little bit more like a stoner skater punk kind of thing, which is my personal favorite, and of course you have, the, well, sexy Dahlia, which isn't really that sexy, but whatever. And again, now we are on the hunt for the code, which, unlike last time, is significantly easier than what you did. Don't use the code that was already scribbled on top of the panel. That was just there to throw people off, I guess. Interesting point of contention, actually, because I don't know if this was just exclusive to the Wii version, or if it was something you can get on another playthrough as a minor detail that changes, but I swear to God, on one of these lockers, I saw, like, I saw one of these lockers have, like, what looks to be a mixture between, like bad box art Mega Man and Han Solo. Again, if I can find a picture of it, I might show you, but, I might be hallucinating something. I don't really know, and, oh shit, strobe light's acting again. That must mean that something's around the corner. And we got a memento. What better way to start the bana 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 baby baby boo boo boo. I don't know. I think it was around there, actually, where you could see the, mysterious thing, but, realistic photos of a mojito. Oh, God, this is gonna get annoying. I probably should have examined the fucking, enchantment under the sea dance. That you're about to be hearing next. There we go.
When you start high school, a lot of us, we can't wait to finish and get out there into the real world. But now we're here, now we're done with high school. I bet a lot of us maybe wish we had another year. There's nothing like it. We've all made lifelong friends here. Some of us more than that. I know that some of you couples out there on the dance floor going to spend the rest of your lives together.
They don't.
Even if you don't end up married to your high school sweetheart, I hope you will carry something of your time here in your heart.
Pain, misery, and crippling anger issues? Yes. Woo, yeah, woo, high school, yeah, fuck that shit. But anyway, we finally have the code and we can get the fuck out. And, by the way, I do mean what I say, nobody ends up with their high school sweetheart. At least not without a very embittered divorce, children that they didn't want, and of course general suffering and misery as they come to realize that, hey, the real world is cruel. Fuck you, thank you, fuck off.
Here's to our future.
You're never gonna get old.
Never gonna be like our parents.
Never gonna be apart.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what your parents said when they left high school. Anyway, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, join us next time. Bye-bye.